Good evening to all, and today, I would like to show you the distribution of Alt Linux 7 with a graphical shell of Razorqt. So, in front of us is such a desktop. It looks very similar to CD4, I would even say, well, on such CD4 and 3, because these are these type of icons they are used with about CD4 and 3, and maybe for 4. Somewhere probably for 4. They changed. So, this is such a project. Something like this is so humorous and simplified. Like even here the theme of Windows is such a soap box. This is the Qt FM file manager. I would say he's not really like that. Not very familiar, not very convenient. So, I would call the distribution an experimental one with this shell, because it seems to me that the software is not very much, not enough. So, we will now connect the repository. Everything in principle works smartly. For example, there is no image viewing program available. Yes, we will close the Fox Manager to view the image. We can only view this through a browser. For some reason, there are two browsers. Yes, why would there be a XL here? Instead it would be possible to shove some kind of photo viewer. I don't understand why XL is here. Then remove the Firefox and leave one XL, right? What is it for? Why? A fresh version of 1.6 and 3. By the way, it also seems to be written on the cabin. Why would you shove a Dauber here? I don't understand. So, the interface is displayed. Somehow the theme is a little crooked. So, it is embedded this block. We have the settings. What's new in this version? A little more fun. Everything on the tab is kind of scary. The window interface. We put the motorcycle interface as it is. In principle, he does not seem to be particularly chasing this distribution. So with about 30,000 packages in the repository, I think that's not all. So you can make something out of it. So, what do we have in the updates here? Yes, there are a lot of updates, but we will not put anything, because our goal is to get acquainted with what we have. So, here in our office, we have some strange trick in the writer. A word processor that opens to the full screen, and a person who does not know how to close the program itself. Simply does not know how to close it, and then suffer from pressing the keyboard floor to close it. I think it would be easier to wrap up some kind of oberwurzel, or a component of probably some office. So, for the audio, of course, praise. Shove the Clementine sampler. Why push Clementine into a lightweight, of course, into a lightweight environment, when it was possible to shove him to the MEMP, which is much easier? I certainly won't understand it. Well, I'll launch it. If you already have Clementine, yes, that is enough. RAM and processor, then why do you need this environment? It is usually put CD, so the program is good, but this is a minus. The purpose of this project is, of course, lightweight. So we have a player for versions. So I remember 086, yes, a good video player with great features. The file manager, to be honest, I still did not understand. Something is very uncomfortable, to be honest. Very uncomfortable. So I would replace it, well, I don't know, with anything. But I wouldn't use this miracle. There is also a text editor. The functionality is so good, it will probably be much better than Qt. So, here we have an installer on the hard disk. I'll show you what settings. Here, version 05 and 2, the 14th year, a fresh version. What is the big disadvantage of this system? So it's for show-offs. What the fuck is 2 hours to shove here? Alone here. And why 2 hours? But it's a crowbar. What the fuck to shove 2 hours? Well, of course all this can be removed, but they probably wanted to. I do not know what they meant by that. So, this is our terminal. Such a simple terminal. There are rumors that this environment will become one with LXD. Now this will be something more interesting, much more interesting. So, here we have a snapshot going the wrong way. Snaptic, Qt setup, stick arrows that second. System management, setup by the way, mouse setup. It is necessary to put some kind of cursor like this, and this or that. We will put a standard simple theme. Text file manager. Great program. Well, in general, it seems to me that you can agree with me that this environment is not ready for the average user yet, because the Pike will have to install a lot of things. Finish sawing. Night, in the settings, which are not very much, I think that everything is really possible. Here, it would be nice to use this distribution somewhere in some workplace where a light environment is needed. Some kind of programmer for some programmer, or there is still some kind of server there that is so light. Well, it seems to me that LSD will be better. So far, this is still an experimental project. Therefore, I think this project has a long time to develop. I don't want to put it to myself, because I have it on my home computer. I just don't know why I have it. So, there is a system. A little nicer looks better like this. It seems to me that the theme of Windows can probably be changed. The icons have been changed a little differently. I can't figure out whether part of the open box is used here, or whether it is not used. You know, I think I'll stop there for now. Everything is clear with this system here. While this is all the case, but not very ready, although it looks like, well, more or less. Thank you for your attention.